I'm about to start running the ad, and then we'll be ready to go live. Yeah. Kwenye rada. I can see you talking, but I cannot hear you because you're muted. But it's all right. Don't worry. You're muted on both sides, but it's all good. Don't worry. Katu hivyo mdoko. Usi stress. Yeah.
Gotham has called, and I have answered.
Go be a hero, Miles.
Look out below! Play nice.
Are you a calm and reasonable person?
Hello.
Hola.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome, guys. Welcome. First of all,
One little piglet is missing. One little piglet is missing.
Let me too, guys, before we even start. If you don't know the person to my, what side is this? Right.
Wesley being directionally.
I'm not on this other side.
The other side.
No, wait.
Right here. She's here.
Okay.
I'm not here.
If you don't know,
I'm on this other side.
Yeah, this other side. Yeah. If you don't know who Effervescence is, just by the face, you haven't been following Jabba enough. You need to follow us on our TikTok, on our IG, on our Facebook, on our Twitter, because this face is a familiar face. But because apparently some people need to grind and get work, she's been missing in action too much. Welcome, people. Welcome to the
Adulting is adulting.
Thursday. Yeah, adulting is adulting. Welcome to the Jabba Live for Thursday. We have Effervescence, aka Effie, with us. By the way, it's Dr. Effie now.
Hey.
And the one and only Chris. Chris is not in an office. He just has a background. Let him not fool you, by the way.
I am in the office. If you know, you know.
Exactly, background. We have one missing musketeer.
This is Palm's desk right here.
Yeah. But the guys, we have one missing musketeer.
He is missing no more. He's below you.
He's missing no more. And there is Remy. Wagwan. If you don't know who Remy is.
The phenomenal internet service providers.
Sema tu kulipia token au kulipia wifi. Hatutajudge.
But yeah, guys. So
apparently I'm grinding.
We have Effie with us. We have Remy. We have obviously the returning face and our tech person, Chris. And we're here to talk about like different things from anime, what's popping now, what's not popping now, Black Panther speculations as we approach Marvel month, House of the Dragon, spoiler-free reviews, and Gotham Knights, whether it's a hit or miss. Leaning on the miss. Maybe it's gonna be a hit, but we'll see. But of course, I'll let my wonderful people introduce themselves. Quick, fast, starting with Effie, then Remy, then lastly Chris, so that at least leo mjue Effie anakaaje. All right, take it away.
Guy, but usually I don't look like this. Saa watu wameniforce nitoke kitanda, niko na hairnet, niko na pajamas hapa chini. It's literally that thing of guys wearing a hoodie or rather looking good at the top and then looking dismal at the bottom during Zoom meetings.
Lies of the
Anyway,
streets.
yes.
Lies.
Yeah, unafaa kuniona hapa. Anyway, hi, my name is Effie, otherwise known as Shortcake Chan. Yes, I'm vertically challenged, but not that much. And my little baby, sorry, I'm waking him up. He's also this little one who's sleeping right here next to me. This is a little mascot.
Dog superiority.
Yes, dog superiority. So yes, lovely to be here. I'm here to wait. This is supposed to be family friendly, right?
Yes.
I'm here to dunk on your favorite shows, favorite characters. Roast me if you want. I don't care. This is my opinion. It is my opinion. All opinions are mine.
She's channeling her inner
That is what we
Noah.
want. Those opinions.
Channeling her inner Noah. All that's left is Dr. Pepper and we're done. Alright then, moving on to Remy, guys.
Nishachemsha Dr. Pepper yangu. Tuko sawa.
Manze, nishachemsha Dr. Pepper. Right, moving on to Remy. We're going Remy. It's been a while. Please tell me screen has frozen. We can make another meme. We had Sosi here.
Meme time.
Sorry, chat. Don't mind me. We're just very quickly making a meme.
Guys, here we go. There we go. It's all vibes here. We're here with Sosi, and there's a sticker going around for Sosi. If you see that sticker, and yeah, it's deep state. But yeah, Rem is having some technical difficulties. Obviously. He'll come back when he's ready. Chris, obviously, you guys have met Chris, but as well, Chris can introduce himself. Fanya hivi mikono.
Sure.
The office is really office.
Chris desu. Watashi wa streamer desu. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
All right. Well, Remy, by the way, first of all, guys, Remy is our resident House of the Dragon expert and everything else. So probably he's talking with, Akina, the guys who produce House of the Dragon, getting the real deal. Akuja to but yeah, that's why he's having technical difficulties, working behind the scenes and everything else. But yeah, as we start, let's start off with anime, right? Like that's just the main thing. And one of the things I actually want to start with is, first of all, the newest anime. Kwanza Effie, you missed the last live. Mina kwanza na maubaya. You missed the last live, right? So, what anime are you watching? What new anime? Imagine. But yeah, what new anime are you watching?
What new anime? Does Bleach count as new anime, really?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. So, actually, that's the only thing that's gotten me back to watching.
Make it spoiler free.
It is spoiler free. So, actually, Bleach is what made me kind of get back to watching anime again. I had fallen off watching anime for like 9 months now, because adulting is adulting. It's the ghetto. I hate it here. But yes, the new 1,000-year, what is it called again? No, I've not read the manga. I only read the first
1,000-year Blood
War. That one. Yo. Yes. I got back to watching anime because of that. Is it just me, or is that last montage at the end gets you tearing a little bit? when you're watching all those flashbacks to the earlier episodes and the epic scenes and all that stuff, that got me in the kokoro right here.
Let me tell
that's
you
the
what
new.
made me tear up. And please,
Mm-hmm.
don't look at me wrongly. What made me tear up is when You Know Who appeared on screen for the first time ever animated, and me, I just cried because it's You Know Who.
There's so many You Know Who's in that show. You gotta be a bit more specific. I'm not any whispery.
He starts with a Y. He starts with a Y.
Ooh, okay, sir.
Yes.
Or the one who everyone says wrong.
Exactly. The one who everyone says
and I
wrong.
don't believe them.
Because the spelling is not like the way you pronounce it. But every time he appears on screen, I was just like, yes. To be honest, they did him justice. They actually did him justice. I'm so proud. For now. For now.
Actually, for me, you know what? That's a bit spoilery. I'll keep that to myself. But yes, there's that, and then there's also Chainsaw Man. I've also been trying to keep up with Chainsaw Man. Is it just me, or do I vibe? I vibe with the ending song more than the opening. Don't get me wrong. I like the vibe.
It's got a pretty good
and
idea.
The scenes and the Easter eggs that they have in the opening scene in the OP. But I vibe with the ED a bit more better. In other way, it comes up a bit more metal and then becomes all soft and stuff. If you've not watched the show, you should definitely check it out. If not, you can just check out the ED on YouTube or wherever. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like it. And then in the not so new anime that I've been watching, I have been trying to catch up with Yu Yu Hakusho.
I saw that one.
So yes, I am finally at
away.
What do you mean?
Yes, I saw it coming from a few miles away, and I was like, something is sus here. This is not the real Effie. Then said Yu Hakusho. I was like, yep, that's Effie. That's most definitely.
Yes, I am watching Yu Yu Hakusho, and then pivoting back to the new anime, I'm also watching the new Gundam series, The Witch from Mercury, which has a OST. Surprisingly, not by Sawano, but the OST is amazing. The visuals are amazing. You don't need to have watched prior Gundam storylines and all that stuff. It's a new thing. It stands on its own alone.
Nice.
And you can watch episode 0 on YouTube. It's actually got me back into Gundam, and I may or may not have bought Gunpla online because of it. So yes, I might start. Yeah, imagine. Yes. So I bought some Gunpla because of that. They should be coming.
You know what?
Yes.
I was actually gonna say, you know what? First off, let me say hi to people in the comment section. Or to Kwanza kufika. You know, early bird catches. You know what?
Nani alikuwa index 1 leo?
Mad Cadell was index 1. Cool, Cadell, let's go. But Wagwan, hello Cadell, hello Joel, Wagwan, Brian, Clara, Brand the Beast is with us, and Queen Arrow as well. Ooh, so we have a star-studded comment section. Who is who? But yeah, welcome guys, welcome guys. Hello Clara, I see you waving at me. Then we're gonna talk about Gotham Knights eventually. And then there's Blue Lock. Which first of all, Remy, Chris, have you guys seen the trailers
for Blue Lock? Let me just say, I used to read Blue Lock back when it was starting, so I feel like an OG of Blue Lock. So I really I've been telling people read Blue Lock.
Blue Lock feels.
Look, I'm not saying I'm the plug, but I'm the plug.
Yeah, Blue Lock feels like.
I agree with that. Blue Lock is
But yeah, so I was gonna say, which Blue Lock feels like Kurokonosuke. I have to get that name right. Kurokonosuke, where Kurokonosuke is all about teamwork, but Blue Lock feels reversed. Who else feels that?
You got that right. I get the same thing. But
Wait,
I'm going
did
to
Chris talk?
reserve
Wait,
my thoughts.
Chris talked when his mic was muted.
Z, you just didn't hear me.
The technician is not doing the technician thing.
But yeah.
The tech is not teching.
I'll just pull up Brian's comment. It sums it up best.
Yes. Look fills the eye in teamwork. Actually, it's really true. It's really accurate.
It's pretty accurate.
You?
I don't know. For me, sports anime will always have a special place in my heart. So for me, Blue Lock was an amazing an amazing manga from the get-go. So for me, I will hold my tongue and I'll tell people, go read the manga, then we can talk. I have a few daddies there. But I'm getting old. Am I allowed to call teenagers daddies anymore?
We have another JoJo.
Represented well.
Oh wow, JoJo! Guess what? You're represented well. JoJo and Wanyeki.
Look, these guys are making it very difficult for us out here.
Guys, it's an inside joke. If you want to get the inside joke, go look at Anime Cafe on our Instagram and on our TikTok and on Twitter as well. There is a video there of JoJo, aka Joanne Juliet, and Ian Wanyeki, aka Friend A. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say.
Boys being boys, looking good, being boys.
Boys being boys, looking good, being boys.
Well, he ain't lying. We're here for it.
And he was featured on, they were both featured on our last YouTube live stream on Thursday. But nakwambia Kiingereza ilikuja na mili mnakataa kunisikia on the Thursday but one.
The English is not Englishing.
Yeah.
English
but
bundles.
Guys,
I also told you, let me ajalipia Wi-Fi. Let me ajalipia Wi-Fi.
KPLC and Wi-Fi are coming for him. Speaking of people coming for you, I'm looking for a cool way to segue into this, but I missed that one badly. MHA falling off. I have to ask you guys a genuine question. Do you feel like My Hero Academia is falling off?
Yes.
Wow, that's a tough one. Considering for the longest I was one of the biggest peddlers of MHA in any anime WhatsApp forum. But I don't know. I feel like it's fallen off. Maybe it's just me, and maybe I'm getting old. Am I getting old? Am I really getting old? Tell me I'm not getting old.
You're in a midlife crisis.
Lie to me, please. Lie to me.
Having a midlife crisis before you
but yes, I don't know whether it's because I've gotten older. This life is difficult. Why did I ever graduate uni? Why? Anyway, so yes, I don't know whether it's because I've gotten older or I don't know. Maybe we've seen the same. Okay, guys, this is me, sort of like what's the retconning my views earlier on for My Hero Academia, but I don't know. Maybe it's my taste that's changed. Maybe it's like I'm tired of seeing the same shonen story over and over again. I'm getting tired. I'm so tired of MC finally gets powers and has to scratch and claw and becomes more powerful than all his other rivals and all the bad guys and wow, boo-hoo, power, friendship, yada yada yada. I've just basically summed up Naruto in one ranty statement, but yes, I'm tired. I feel like I've seen everything that it has to offer.
You know what? We need that saucy sticker for chai.
Why can we not put stickers on YouTube?
Yeah, but yes, it's fallen off. I feel like we've seen everything that it can show us, and I think most of the guys that started off with it are growing up, so the story is a bit more juvenile. I don't know. That's my take.
What about you, Chris? What do you think about MHA falling off and anything else?
You see, what I'm gonna say to that is because, like Effie, I was pretty deep in MHA, right? I was watching the anime. I was super jazzed by it. I was reading the manga. Like I was deep. Nilikuwa ndani. After at some point, I don't know what happened. I think it's like all the newer anime and all like the newer animations, I should say, like because the mangas have been there, but like the things being animated now, it's not cut and dry. It's not at MC will struggle kidogo and then they'll get powered up and then Nakama power will come through. If you want that, watch Fairy Tail. But
look at Fairy Tail touching hands as well.
No, tunachukia Fairy Tail.
No one's safe. No one's safe here.
Just say much tunachukia Fairy Tail. I'm just saying they did it first. That's all I'm
Which
saying.
is weird because everyone once upon a time cosplays Ezra, and now we're here just
She cosplayed Urza, she cosplayed Bakugo. Like she was in it, bro.
She was in it.
Stop
and then
calling
life
me
happened.
out because my Urza cosplay is just here. Okay, it's Japan, but it's just here. Like it's literally on the website.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chris.
Yeah, so I was saying like the anime meta shift, and now we want to see people suffering. You know, we want to see the dangers of the world. That's what we want to see. Yeah.
We want to see more people like us.
Yeah.
I feel like our generation is slowly being desensitized from the fun stuff by things like Attack on Titan.
No.
Wow. First of all, let me just finish this before I go to the comment section. I feel like our generation is slowly being desensitized to happy-go-lucky anime because Naruto is a happy-go-lucky anime, so it's Fairy Tail. Like, yes, these themes of heaviness and people suffering, everything else, but the vibe is generally happy-go-lucky. Now, Attack on Titan went from oh my god to oh my god to oh my god. Like there was never a happy-go-lucky scene, and I'm not spoiling Attack on Titan for the next 3 years because that dynamic shift to what you think is, to what you think isn't, to what you think was, to what you think wasn't, is gonna mess you up. And yes, that's English. My English is somewhere over here. Na niangalie na macho mbaya.
Just know Attack on Titan never gets better. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
You think it's going to get cheerful?
It never gets better in the best way possible.
It never gets better in the best way possible. Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Capture that. But let's go to the comment section and see what guys have to say about MHA. Effie was the high priestess of the Church of Bakugo, which is actually very true. Yes, Brian, she was. She was.
Baptizing in the sweat of our Lord and Savior Bakugo.
First of all, Samanjuki, welcome to the live stream. We are like this normally. I wish I could say otherwise, but no. MHA fell off after season 2 for me. Went reading the manga, and even that bored me. True.
Ooh.
I can see why. I can see.
Yeah, I can see why. Joan Juliet says Bakudeku stands about rage. Identify Effie purely as an MHA ambassador. Well, let's go.
Here to serve. Here to protect and serve.
Yes.
Protect my little boys.
Welcome to the chat and everything else. Not the chat, the live. Also chat as well, because kuna mtu wetu wa chat. We have mtu wetu wa chat, imagine. New gen anime basically riding the big 3 fan base clout in their storytelling.
Tumeomoka.
He actually called out all the new gen anime.
People are going straight for the jugular.
Yeah, and someone says stop the Bleach slander. Obviously, it's JoJo. That's it, stop the Bleach slander.
But I agree. We will not slander Bleach in this chat. I will ban you. I am not afraid. I will ban you.
Let me tell you. Probably you guys can go back to the archives. The archives of Anime Cafe. I think there's a live stream where I was talking about Bleach, and my sentiments still hold. The only reason that we all are so Bleach is mostly because of nostalgia. Not that the story was A1 or top tier. It was all flashy and stuff like that. And because we were young and impressionable little babies, we were really impressed by it. But if you really sit down and really tambour the story, really, really well, and look at it from the deepest part of your heart.
I feel like two people should meet, Chris. I feel like these two people should meet. Effie and Noah should be put in one room. Then that energy should be sold to the US government because that's enough energy for like a nuclear. That's even a world-destroying bomb. That's so much heat. That's so much.
Let me tell you, imagine there's nothing wrong about liking a show because of the nostalgia. Imagine hata mimi niko hapo. Imagine I'm also there. Me, I'm here on the Blitz train with all of you. But the thing is, at least I recognize when the math is not mathing, when the story is not story.
Speaking of nostalgia, and you guys have reminded me this. Speaking of nostalgia, there's one anime that gets updated. Actually, there's two anime which get regularly updated, and by regularly I don't mean like every day, but that I wanna get your thoughts on. Right. First of all, Effie has done cosplay for both animes, so check out our Instagrams, check out our socials. You may see them there. If you get a hint, congratulations. But let's talk about One Piece and Boruto.
One Piece and what's that other one you said?
You got me excited and then you just dropped it down.
Exactly.
Why are we talking about Naruto, son?
On the topic of like guys, there's a topic of anime being like I don't even say decentralized. I don't know the point what to put it. It's basically creating anime for a new generation, I feel personally, that even though I don't watch One Piece religiously and heavy on the religiously, that One Piece has maintained more or less what's it called? This word I'm looking for, a theme, a sort of thematic essence within it that hold its fan base. Boruto, Boruto did Boruto. Boruto did what Boruto did.
Boruto.
I never liked
questions.
But yeah, what do you guys think? Let's start with Chris this time. What do you think on number one, One Piece and Boruto, in the essence of them being One Piece sustaining and Boruto being a follow-up of Naruto?
Cool. So let me start with Naruto's son first. That manga releases once a month. The manga releases once a month. I don't know how they've managed to keep an anime going this long. Because generally in an anime you get one episode does 2 chapters. So you're telling me one episode of the anime is doing 2 months worth of manga at once. It's a madness. Where are they getting the episodes? It was bound to fail from the get-go. And it did. And so at least if you like Bolt, more power to you.
Using some crazy jutsu.
Recovering from Corona. That lack of taste is coming back. But Manze, Boruto is just, I don't know, it's a sequel that didn't need to exist. Because you can do a sequel well and then you can do Boruto and they're not the same.
Is Boruto Thor Dark World is better actually.
Where people woke up and read.
Oh my God. I don't know that I can. Oh no. Boruto, Dark World. Yeah. You're breaking my brain. I can't. No.
Now you have that image in your head. Right. I want to hear Effie's. I want to hear Effie's thoughts, and then we can go on a short break, and then you can come back on the Marvel train, and we're talking about something marvelous. Knew it. I had to make that joke somewhere, somehow.
Never before.
You just had marvelous.
To. Never before.
We forgive you, though. We forgive you. We forgive you.
Yeah, but Effie, what are your thoughts on One Piece and Boruto?
One Piece, sina maoni. 10 out of 10. A1. I love One Piece. I can't slander it. I'd slander it and I'd drop dead. By for my principle. But I agree with Chrissy. I agree with Chrissy. Boruto does not need to exist. Why? For what? I know the worst part is it's not written by Kishimoto, is it?
No,
it's not.
Because I
It's
dropped
another
off
writer.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no.
yeah, I'm like, okay, fine. Like you've milked this thing for what it's worth. I would have much appreciated if they gave us like OVAs of like different characters there.
Mhm.
There were some really interesting characters. I'd have loved to know more about someone like Deidara before he joined the Akatsuki, because if you read like the wiki, he has like a really interesting backstory that the main story doesn't dive into. If you had like nice light novels and stuff like that, that would be really cool. But
Mhm.
Boruto, why? Why?
So
Why?
Apparently Kishimoto stopped writing Boruto. He started writing Boruto, but then stopped because he wanted to move on to something else. Like he got bored. I
what
think
did he start writing?
I don't know what he started writing, but I think right now
Yeah.
it's just being held by Ukyo Kodachi.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Yeah, he's
Uh-huh.
no
been the mangaka
idea.
for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have no idea what he's currently writing. But yeah, that's it. Let's go. Let's just jump into some comments real quick before we go on the break. Let me tell you, Kiingereza ilikuja na meli. Next life tunafanya na Kiswahili.
Hey,
Pure
Kanyeria.
Swahili.
Kanyeria.
Tunafanya na
The
Yeah?
English
Kihisi kando
data bundle
yako.
balance is below 2 MB.
It's about 22 MB. Ukiwasha tena it's just there. But yeah, Dre
Hey.
9000 has been active on the chat. He says, talk about OP, hiyo ingine hapana, well, too late. So I've seen that earlier. But Joan Juliet says, Boruto is just a Sakura x Sasuke redemption arc.
You can't even say Sakura as Sasuke because they don't do anything
She's not
together.
lying.
Sasuke
It's
is
the
off doing
truth.
his own thing.
It's not a Sakura Sasuke.
Can't
Also, first
can't
of
even
all, I
service
was
the
told to
fans. Can't even
stop saying
service the
X.
fans.
Sakura Sasuke redemption arc. This
I will
earlier,
say it. I will. Si ameandika nasoma.
I don't think it works like that, Kanyeria.
I don't. I was born in a Swahili speaking country. We speak
Hunter x
everything. Hunter x Hunter, Spy x Family.
Specs family.
Spike's family.
Sasuke Retsuden manga is barely a week old and it overtook bold speak volumes. Yeah, Dre 9000 says that. But yeah, guys, that has been us for the first 30 minutes. We are coming back with more hype and everything else. And by the way, stay tuned. Stay tuned. More slander is coming. Just like a lot.
Guy.
Just like
Guy.
a whole lot.
I
If
say
you've
guy
been
and
on
half
live
of it is
before,
probably from me.
what do you mean? 3/4 of it is probably from you.
Well, I don't appreciate this slander.
But yeah, guys, we will catch you after the break. Remember, by the way, buy your Movie Jabba tickets. Squad tickets are going out on the 30th, so you and your 5 people will miss out if you don't buy tickets. There is code Effie and code
Sina
Chris.
code. Sina
Code. Oh my lord! But yeah,
no.
oh wow!
Adulting.
But
As
yeah, we have code Chris, code Wes. We have different codes all
code
around.
Jojo, code Noah,
Code Noah.
Code
She,
N for
You know what would be
Naira.
a good idea? What would be a good idea is if you did like one day.
Zippo. Yeah.
Yeah, if you did one day and we just post all the codes just at once and be like, take your pick and everything else, it'd be a really cool idea. We will pitch that. We will pitch that one day to Willem Tumkubo. But remember, grab your tickets and we will see you guys after the break. Run the show.
See ya.
Run the thing.
Tech man, do the tech thing.
Woo! Tumerudi.
I was jamming, man. I was jamming. I was actually
Oh, you like
jamming.
that jam?
I
You
like it.
like that
It's
song?
my jam. When I go to the club, I request that song
Aye, what's
specifically
what's
for
the
the
name?
occasion.
What's the name? What's the name?
So, guys, you're back. Welcome back to the Movie Jam Live.
Tumerudi. We're back.
The Rudy and everything else. Ignore whatever is below me. Those were just questions.
Whatever. Okay.
Uh,
Wait.
Tea for tough times, I'm telling you. Tea for tough times. But yeah, guys. Yeah, guys. Guess what? Like I said, something marvelous. I will say that pan until ingie kichwa zenu. Thank God Jotham is not here.
And you have
Something
said we have
marvelous.
forgiven you.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys. So next up, we're talking about Black Panther speculations, right?
The strength of the
Because
Black Panther has been stripped away.
guys, the live has ended. Goodbye. See you tomorrow. Everything else.
Bye, good night. See ya.
Bye.
It
Good
was
night. See
nice
ya.
hanging
Bye.
out.
Was
It
nice
was
having you.
nice. Zinco.
No, no. But yeah, so we're having speculation about Black Panther. I know last live we talked about it, but this time we're talking about something different. We're not talking about what we expect and everything else. We're going a bit more nitty gritty, just a bit more nitty gritty. Speaking of black things, Black Adam. Effie,
Wait.
Effie,
Wait.
Effie,
No.
Effie,
Look, I'm not mature enough for this conversation.
Effie. What? Black Panther, Black Adam.
Yes, black things.
Family
It's
friendly.
not
Family
because
friendly.
it's not because The Rock is a black person, guys. Come on. But yeah, so you guys, we did a screening of Black Adam, and I haven't watched it yet. Let me tell you why. Good reason why. We're jumping into Black Panther real quick. I want the unnecessary hype around it and everything else to just simmer down kidogo, just a bit, so that I can watch it objectively. Because on one hand, I've heard reviews that say it's a good thing. On the other, I've heard reviews that say it's not a good thing. So I'm just gonna pause on that and think about it. Effie, Chris, have you guys watched Black Adam?
Adulting has been
No,
adulting,
because life
so
is
I haven't had
lifing.
Kumbe if tuko same boats.
Same boat, same WhatsApp group.
Ila, I plan to go this coming week with good company. So yeah, I'm on top of it. Yeah.
I'm also gonna ask our comment section. Have you guys watched Black Adam? If you have watched Black Adam, put a non-spoiler thing you liked about it in the comment section. If you haven't watched it, give us a date you're planning to watch it, because you need to watch that one. So yeah. Oh wow. Black things, hashtag ban Wesley. No, I can't be banned.
For
And
me,
then
I think,
Sure you can. I can ban you anytime.
but for me, I think I share.
Yes, Effie. Yes,
I
Effie.
think I share the same, what's the thingy? Sentiments as you, Kanyeria. I think I've reached a
As if
point
you're my
where I'm like,
Swahili teacher from high school. You say that name as
I
if you're
get
a
you
Swahili teacher
flashbacks.
from high school.
I get you war
I'm really
flashbacks.
those are
PTSD.
words. But yeah. So basically, you're just waiting
Yeah,
for the hype to die down and everything else.
yeah. I feel like whenever you watch a movie with all the hype, sometimes you tend to give it a more biased review. But when you watch it at your own time, when the general overall hype has died down, I feel like you can be a bit more objective and probably won't be slaughtered online for your what's this? Not what's scandalous. For your outrageous, controversial. Yes, wow, my brain is doing the thing.
Umezoea kuscandal
Controversial
sana.
opinions.
Umezoea kuscandal sana. It's your default now. But yeah.
I'm surrounded by scandalous personalities.
But yeah. So, guys, first of all, Brian Murithi says George Black Adams, Superman, and Akuja. Thank God we can't actually spoil it for you because none of us have watched it. So,
Wallahi.
see, win.
So hooray for y'all, man.
So
And you say we
for
don't
y'all.
do anything for y'all.
Imagine tunatengenezea
Manze,
event,
we
tunafanyia
intentionally
live.
didn't watch the movies that we can't spoil for you. That's exactly why. No other
That's
reason.
exactly why. Now let's go
Imagine
to
the things we do for you.
our resident killer cat. Our resident killer cat, Black Panther. By the way, someone should make. I'm pretty sure there is, but someone should make like see
Mm-hmm.
those cute cat videos about Black Panther. Because Panther, cat. Come on, Chris, work
Well,
with me
you
here.
just want to be cancelled by everyone. That's what you're aiming for.
More or less, yeah.
The one brain cell that we are all sharing apparently has not reached Chris. Unachoma, Chris.
Imagine.
Mimi,
So yeah.
Mimi nicho, kama Mimi. Yeah.
So
Hebu kwanza in fact take off that flame from your name there. Toa your flame. Unachoma.
Na kengine.
But yeah, so guys, Black Panther.
Yes,
First
yes.
of all,
Mm-hmm.
guys. First of all, powers and abilities. But you guys, there's this YouTube channel called Variant Comics that does really well reviews on here superheroes and everything else. Do you guys know about it? Variant Comics.
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes.
Modern comics,
Chris.
yeah.
Yeah. They do really good well. One of the things I like to do is when they do a segment on powers and abilities. So guess what? We're gonna have our own segment. No, I'm just kidding. But we're gonna talk about what we expect. Corporate is a real thing. We're gonna talk about what we expect from Black Panther in terms of powers and abilities. We know that based off of the previous movie, that the plant that gives people abilities, they're limited in number because there's a whole thing that were banned and everything, and Lupita saved one. So, and now with the passing of the late Chadwick Boseman, and which I assume will be honored in the movie in one way or another. How are they gonna give Shuri powers? If they're gonna give Shuri powers, and if they're not gonna give Shuri powers because she's mostly a tech person, what kind of new Black Panther suit do we expect? Bear in mind that thanks to Stark, we already have introduction to nanotech, but we know the Black Panther suit. Oh, yes, guys, hold this. I have the best question. It just popped up in my head. I'm a genius. Who would win? Or rather, what's better? What would you prefer wearing? The Black Panther suit or the Iron Man nanotech suit?
Black Panther.
Black Panther. Chris.
I would get sick from flying all the time.
I don't know.
Come, guys. Okay, guys.
Come on, and the claws go scratchy, and the cats go meow. Who would not want to wear the Black Panther suit?
Vibranium.
And it's vibranium.
In the comment section, come on, guys. In the comment section, let us know which one would you prefer: the Iron Man nanotech suit that we saw in what's this in Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame, or the Black Panther suit, right?
Probably Iron Man though. Probably Iron Man nanotech. I think.
Nanotech.
Okay. Okay. If I'm being objective and not being all scratchy. Okay. Personally, I feel in terms of like the wow factor, in terms of practicality, the Stark nanosuit beats it for me. But I feel like if I was to be given one suit to wear, I'd probably go with the Black Panther one because I feel I don't know, it's a bit more cool, it's a bit more grounded. It's not as flashy as the Stark suit, but I feel like I don't know. I think the words are not coming out.
Let me say, for me, I'd go with the Black Panther suit because of one thing, just one specific thing. An EMP can't fry my suit.
That too.
An EMP can't fry my suit, and also it absorbs energy, so that's a plus.
Kinetic energy. Black Widow's latex suit. What the no?
But yeah,
But I also feel like, okay, when if I'm being given Stark's suit, am I also being given with the reactor core? Because I feel like everyone else who wears his suit doesn't wear it as cool as he wears it.
We might get to see Riri Williams in the Black Panther movie.
We don't talk about Riri here. We don't talk about Riri here. This is the only Riri we recognize is Rihanna Robin Fenty. We do not know of these Williams you are talking about.
As you can see, guys, as you can see. But let me jump to the comment section before we go back to the main topic and talk about powers and abilities. But yeah, so Wanyaki says Nanatek any day. Brian Murithi says Wakanda or some Riri Iron suit. Not me. It's Brian Murithi. Not me. Brian Murithi. Joan, okay. Black. Okay, I see what you meant, Chris. I see what you meant. Timi Mungai says Black Panther suit. First of all, welcome Timi Mungai to the chat, and he says Black Panther suit all day. Awesome. Now let me just start. The one power I really want to see properly shown in Black Panther 2 is, if you guys read comics for Black Panther, you know he's technically the king of the dead, right? It's a whole necropolis thing and everything else. That's one power I want to see if it's going to be explored in Black Panther 2. Because in the first Black Suit, in the first Black Panther, we only got glimpses of the other side. I don't know, what do they call it? The spirit realm, whatever it's the name they give it. We only got glimpses of that, and those glimpses happened when people were under coma or people were under some training or whatever. It never happened, like one would say, to their own volition. But in the comics, we know that one of the titles of Chala, I got it right, Chris? Chala, right? See?
Good job.
Yeah.
The one of Jotham is now to
one of the powers for the Black Panther is, having the powers of the dead. It's one of his titles. So that's one power I would like to see. What about you, Effie and Chris? What's one power you'd like to see, or powers you would like to see in the Black Panther? We start with Chris, because I'm a fikiria sana.
Bro, I'm here drawing blanks because I'm trying to see how would even get powers like that with, main man being dead. I'm not sure how they pull it off. Because right now all we have essentially is a vibranium suit. Yeah. Yeah, but since Chala is dead, and I think it's Shuri, it might be Nkoye, I'm not sure, but I think it's Shuri taking over next. Where would she get powers from? Because vibranium has its own separate things, but where would she get powers from? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what to expect. Yeah, I'm actually not sure. Yeah.
Interesting. Effie, what you think?
Me, when it comes to Marvel, Misinanga Maoni. Me, let me tell you, I'm one of the biggest Marvel haters. It's irrational, yes, I agree. But okay, let me be objective here.
Yeah.
Okay, the next Black Panther, I feel like it's almost a given that it's gonna be Shuri. If we're gonna go by the comics, I've not really read most of the Black Panther comics, but I do know there's a storyline where Shuri is the Black Panther. And I think I even did a cosplay on that, kind of based off that. Anywho, will we get to see that whole necropolis kind of thing? I don't know. Will Disney want to lean back into that? Because, Disney, family friendly, yada, yada, yada. Though, with the stuff that they pulled with Doctor Strange.
Exactly, I was going to say that with the stuff they pulled with Doctor Strange, there may be a
They
shift.
may or may not. And probably they might want to use that as a way to sort of honor Chadwick. And I don't know if they still want to pay Stark. Not Stark. What's his name? What's the actor's name? RDJ. RDJ. Don't pay RDJ more money. I want to bring him back some way, somehow, through that whole necropolis thing. Then cool. But when it comes to what powers I'd want to see, honestly, missing a maoni. Me, when it comes to Marvel stuff, I become blind.
Let me guess. You just want the
let's come a DC movie.
Yenda amesema si mimi. Yenda amesema si mimi.
Welcome to Vijaba Live. We slander everything and everyone here.
Yenda amesema si mimi.
But yeah, guys, that's
but
basically.
Yes. Yeah, okay, so me when it comes to Marvel, Nanga Maoni. But hold on. Okay, maybe this is a missed moment, but what I would have liked to see was probably Storm and Black Panther. They had that whole relationship going on.
Yeah, that's true.
And I feel like that boat has been missed with the whole Chadwick thing. But that would have been a really cool nod, maybe a nice way to tie in the X-Men, etc., etc., etc. Yes, Kanyeria.
Speaking of Storm and Chala, I swear. Speaking of Storm and Chala and that whole mix and everything else, I'm not sure if X-Men can actually wait, who owns X-Men now, first of all?
Fox. It's still in the Fox.
Fox. Still in the Fox. I left it with Fox. Yep. The Fox
right. So unless and now since Storm is a mutant, unless X-Men and Fox afanyika kitu with Bwana Disney, and they give us the matchup that should happen. Because one of the things, let me explain to you what I would have really loved to see in Black Panther 2, right? If possible, and if Fox said, we can, we would have seen Ororo Monroe, Storm, Halle Berry, yes, come in as, something, I don't know, I just wanted to see Storm in Wakanda, because I don't even know how to put it, right?
You're speaking my language. Yes,
because for most of the comics, for many of the comics, especially a comic when Chala goes to space and there's a whole Wakanda galactic kingdom and everything else and all that. That's an actually cool comic. You should read it. Yes, he became a space kitty. He actually did become a space kitty. I know that's what you
Fast and Furious could never.
Yeah.
Family.
But yeah. During one of the comics, Storm was the one who was holding the fort down in main Wakanda in East Africa, that area. So it's basically one thing I would love to see, a way to incorporate the comics into the movies, but in a more honorable way and not just the way Doctor Strange did it. Yeah, so it would be really
just as oh wow, look at that reference, it's from this comic. Exactly. Wow, it's gone now.
Can I please slander Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse of Madness?
Go ahead. It was not that good of a movie. Go ahead.
They teased the Living Tribunal without actually using the Living Tribunal. I nearly switched off. I was just like, I'm done.
And you wonder why you wonder why we slander Marvel in this household. You wonder why.
And then if you've ever watched, by the way, guys, it's not a Marvel thing, it's not a DC thing, but if you've ever watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, that movie does a really, really, really good
might
job.
be like just one of the best movies of the past 2 years in general. Yeah.
In general.
Which one?
It's called Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I love it.
Yes. That movie does a multiverse really well, because it incorporates all aspects of a multiverse passing through one character in such a way that I wish Doctor Strange could pull off, but didn't. So Everything Everywhere All at Once with the fingers was the Doctor Strange we all it's like basically we all were disappointed. It's like, you know what, here's something for you guys with an actual multiverse. So yeah, yeah, I'm Joanne, you're right. These names are really harassing me.
Kanyeria is Kanyeria.
Every time I get war flashbacks. every time. I know it's there. I know it's written there, but every time. If you're saying something.
But the baffling thing about all this is that, you know, in as much as I trash talk a lot of Marvel stuff, the lore and history behind a lot of these characters is really rich and really deep. They have a lot to draw from, and they have the money to do it. I mean, we've all thrown money at them. We're literally slapping them with dollars, but they still choose to do a subpar job. And you know what? It's okay. It's fine. Let's hold in our anger. No, let's not hold it in. Let's just throw it out. Yes, Marvel
It's
sucks. I've
therapeutic to
officially
let
said
out
it.
your anger. It's very
I've
therapeutic to
officially
let out
said it
your
on
anger.
stream.
Yeah. But guys, let's go to the comment section and then we talk about gaming. Right. So first of all, Brian says Disney owns Fox, so technically they're in the MCU now. I mean, these okay, yeah, technically they
Oh,
could be in
really?
the MCU.
They're under
Yeah,
the IP umbrella, but they haven't been integrated in, so I wouldn't say they're in
yeah,
the
yeah,
MCU yet. Yeah.
yeah.
It's not like they're
Joan
gonna do
Juliet,
anything with them anyway.
we'll see. Joan Juliet says, hopefully we get Deadpool in the end credits. Dead,
Reminds me of that thing with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. That
Jackman.
thingy.
Yeah,
The
what's
thingy that was
like?
going around. I saw it on Twitter. The
Do you know
Deadpool thingy.
they've released 2 promos and talked
Hmm.
nothing about the movie, and they have everyone hyped anyway. It's
That's
kind
how
of
it should
amazing.
be.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Masterclass in marketing. So, Timmy
Hmm.
Mungai says Marvel Multiverse of Madness was, yeah.
Wow.
So,
Multiverse of Madness was just about mom, just
yeah.
unpacking mommy issues.
But yeah, guys, we're at almost 1 hour and we want to talk about gaming. It's a game that released this week, mid
Last week? Last week. I want to say
this
last week.
week, this last week.
Yeah.
I don't know. This last week.
Somewhere in
That one.
October. Mm.
Some in October, aka we're gonna talk about Gotham Knights. I mean, we did a show about from what to expect on Gotham Knights. We've had trailers on our Jabba Live. We may be having it, at the Movie Jabba Expo 2022 at the Junction Mall style
We will
rooftop. Grab your
spoil.
tickets. Come on, guys. Watch
Mhm.
this. But yeah, so Gotham Knights. First of all, let me talk from my aspect, from the YouTube videos I've watched and from the guys I've talked who've been able to play the game.
Mhm.
It's the general gist I'm getting is it's not subpar, it's meh, right? So when you come from a history of characters like Batman and the Arkham games and everything else, and yes, not every Batman game in existence is good, but you have the Arkham series, and yes, not every Arkham game was the best, but it was a revolutionary series in the market, and
Mhm.
it basically made us feel like Batman and everything else. True, it made us feel like Batman. But now after Arkham Knight, the next Batman themed game we have is Gotham Knights. Of course,
Mhm.
guys had expectations, guys were everything, and yes, the developers went out of their way to say it is not a direct sequel. The only thing we have in relation to that is that we both draw from the Dark Knight universe. I mean, both draw from the DC universe and the Batman franchise. That's the
Mhm.
only relation we have. It's a different story, it's a different everything else. In spite of that, we still had expectations. Uh, we held them to this day. Now, some reviewers say they barely lived up to those expectations, right? And I'm not going to speak who reviewers said what, but from the gameplay I saw and
Mhm.
from the people I was able to watch play, it came off like if you put the characters in Marvel's Avengers, the game. If you put
Ah,
the
yeah.
Batman
Okay.
characters in Marvel's Avengers, that's how the game felt to me because it was too RPG to like. That's the gameplay wise. Story wise, was really
Mhm.
good. I really loved how they did Jason's character.
Oh,
I really love how they did the all like the character development, the story wise. It's all good. It falters when it comes to gameplay. That's my humble opinion. What about you, Chris? Chris.
Um, I think Gotham Knights. is a classic story of doing everything well except the one thing you're supposed to do well. Because it's because you're right, they do have a good story. I mean, it's kind of hard to get
Yeah.
anything Gotham bad. Like you're just gonna knock it out of the park every time. Those characters are set up to be amazing. But if as a combat game, your combat is lackluster, you're failed. Like
That's true. That is actually
like
true.
what are you doing? Yeah.
It's isn't it
They
the
just
same
wanted
thing with
to
Marvel's
look at the
Avengers?
story. Don't look at the theme. Look at the story.
No, it's the
It's
same
a
thing with Marvel's.
fighting game. Yeah.
It's like imagine no now let me do this so
It's like
that
Need for Speed. Need
no
for
no no
Speed
no no
started having good story and then the driving got bad. And then you're like,
bad
now why am I
exactly.
playing this game? It's
Let me
exactly that.
let me break this down for Effie so that she understands. Effie,
Mhm.
imagine if you
Mm-hmm.
did JoJo's Bizarre Adventures game with
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
with amazing story amongst the best story you've seen and then
Mm-hmm.
horrible fighting. How would you feel?
Hey man, me, I'm here for the poses. Are they posing well? Are they good poses?
They probably messed up the poses too.
Probably best of poses. But Effie, what are your thoughts
Imagine.
on
Yeah.
Gotham Knights and everything else? If you have any
Mimi sina
thoughts.
maoni. Me sina maoni. Me, I just love Harley Quinn's new look. And that is all I have to
It's
say. If
pretty dope.
everything is
Yeah.
such, whatever Chris says and whatever you say, yes, I endorse. Sina maoni.
Wait,
I
wait,
It's,
wait,
trust
I
wait,
y'all.
wait,
wish I
wait.
wish
I all giving
Damien
me a
was
good
in.
opinion here.
Yeah.
Wait, let me ask you a question because you already brought it up. I was gonna ask you: is Harley Quinn's costume in Gotham Knights cosplayable or something you might think into cosplay?
Yes, anything is cosplayable. Even Naruto sexy no jutsu, everything is cosplayable. Anything is amenable to cosplay.
Uh,
I
As a
would
plan,
actually
as
do it,
somebody.
by the way. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just that
yeah.
life is lifing. But I would
But yeah,
have. I would
so
have actually. I was really considering it, by the way. But
but
life life.
okay,
And
life
wallet was
left.
walleting.
But yeah, so like anyway, like Chris said, it for us it felt like it was Marvel's Avengers, to be honest. Whoever sat down and looked at the game and said, "This is a game that we can ship," and everything else, didn't. There's this thing we to do called beta testing, where they
yeah.
actually play the game and everything else and all that. I believe that, especially in these AAA companies, they need proper like gamers. I don't know who they
Yeah.
get
Like
for their
yeah.
beta.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know who they get for their beta testers, but I feel it's like it's an internal thing. Like the beta testers come from within the development team, and so there's no outside
You
voice
get
tell
stuck in
them
like this loop of
exactly,
information. Yeah.
exactly. Get stuck in this. It's good, it's good. So there's no outside team come and tell them, okay, guys, story is good,
It's
but your
not
gameplay
good.
sucks. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's story is good, but the gameplay is not good.
Mhm.
And there's actually I want to lean on something here, real quick. You see the way God of War has done their entire thing, the entire
Mhm.
shtick, right? If you looked at the interviews guys had with development for God of War and everything else, it wasn't. Yes, it was internal. Everything was closed and shut and everything else. But when it came to reviewing the gameplay, when it came to final like seeing if the gameplay is up to par with what players would expect Kratos to do, but at the same time an
Mhm.
older Kratos would do, guys were like, yeah, they sort of outsourced that knowledge to other gamers and everything else. So I would like to see more interviews for the way bad games were made. I want to see an interview how Marvel Avengers was made. No, like generally, because
But
I
he
know
is
it
a
can't happen.
guy.
And Sivo. I wouldn't say bad games, but I want to see an interview of how like these games are made, like certain games, because
Mhm.
it's important to note that it's important to note these mistakes that are made in the industry, where you're stuck in the loop of all the developers, all the publishers, all saying yes, 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 and of course, some of the publishers pressure the developers to put marketing and stuff like what's it called, in-game markets, hike the prices, blah blah, to the
Yeah.
point that you lose the core focus of the game. But when it comes to you guys as developers, right? You guys really need to up the game and be like, okay, cool. So this is what we're doing. Gotham Knights, it's something wonderful to play. It has the potential to be something wonderful to play. We can see it from the traversal, we can see it from the world, we can see it from the story, we can see it from the lore you have to draw from. But I feel like at a point they got tired and were like, you know what, let's just do this. So yeah. But I would also like to ask our
So
chat.
basically, lol.
Wait. Why?
Yeah, just shooting bullets. Shooting bullets anywhere and everywhere.
Nothing is wrong with League of Legends except the people who play it. That's the only thing wrong with League of Legends.
It's very interesting that the League of Legends worlds are going on. The quarters just happened, or they still happening.
Yeah. So we're going into semis now.
Yeah, the quarters just happened, and Effie is here casually slandering League of Legends. And on that note, Effie, do you? Yeah. Yeah. But think of it like this. Look at League of Legends balancing of the latest characters, and then look at League of Legends music team. Sorry. Look at Riot balancing the characters, then look at Riot music team and animation team.
Riot is an entertainment company that makes games to promote their songs. That's what Riot does.
It's a company that makes games. It's a company that makes games to promote their songs and animations.
Imagine they made a whole game to promote the hit series Arcane. Can you imagine that?
They made a whole game over 10 years
Imagine.
to promote a series coming out.
If you haven't watched Arcane, you're
wasting your life.
I'm sorry.
But anyway, guys, speaking of games, guys, guess what we have for you guys tomorrow in conjunction with Junction. See what I did there?
Not bad.
I approve of that segue.
But yeah, guys, tomorrow we'll be having our DC game night at the Junction from 6. Is it 6?
I believe so, yeah.
It is 6 from 6 p.m. So come on, guys, come on. Guess what? I'll be there. You'll finally get to see this face live on Friday.
Aren't we seeing it live?
Really unlikely you might even see Joe.
Aren't you already seeing it live?
In 3D.
I'm pulling a joke and I'm sorry.
So guys, come on down to the Junction. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. we'll be having our game night. It's a DC game night, DC themed game night. There may be prizes to be won. There may not be, but it's obviously all fun and games and everything else to enjoy ourselves and just chill.
Student my feelings.
So, but it's been a long October, and this Friday is just a way for us to wind down and chill together as Movie Jabba fans and Movie Jabba interactors and everything else. Let me jump into the comment section. Come through. No, let me jump into the comment section. See what together.
As you jump in, I'm always a Nintendo ambassador, and I'll just ask the guys in the comment section, like, who is hyped for Legend of Zelda, basically 2.
It's basically
Link's Awakening, right?
Yeah, Link's Awakening. Legend of Zelda 2.
No, it's not Link's Awakening.
What is it called?
What was it called?
Sorry.
Breath of the Wild 2. Not Legend of Zelda 2. Not Link's Awakening. I think it's technically Breath of the Wild 2. I've forgotten it. Yes. I've forgotten the name. I've forgotten the actual name that they gave. That is a game I'm looking forward to. If there's any game that has done if there's any game that has done the RPG open world theme well, it's League of Legends. That's League of Legends.
Freudian slip.
Right. Yeah. You had it right here. You actually had it right here.
Effie endorses League of Legends 2022.
League of Legends 2022. Trademark that, copyright that.
I'm going to clip that out of context. I'm going to...
Is it possible? Let me ask Chris. Chris is our technician, guys. Is it possible to clip this live? We have that as a recurring section.
Yeah, you can clip. Yes, guys, clip that.
Please, come on, Alipeda. If you love me, please.
But
I'm
yeah, not
sorry.
gonna
I'm
Anyway,
sorry
lie.
you had to find out, but
Not gonna lie, Effie, I loved Breath of the Wild. It was one of the games I played on the Nintendo, and I was like, this. It's not even. It's one of the games you look at it and you're like, this being on the Nintendo deserves to be like on a PS5 or a heavy PC, but the fact that it's on Nintendo makes it more impressive.
exactly. And it's a game that you just don't want to stop. You don't want to
Yeah,
finish. You just want to keep playing. And that's the whole, it captures the whole essence of what a game is meant to be. It's supposed to be
yeah.
fun, not a headache, a grinding headache. I'm not talking about LOL, by the way. Okay, I'm talking about LOL. Don't shoot.
oh my god.
Oh wow. But yeah, let me jump into the comments
Fire,
section.
comments.
Ramontic says instead of Gotham Knight could have gotten a Terry McGinnis Batman. Ooh.
Yes.
That could have been cool. That
Yes,
could have been cool. Yeah.
we need more. We need more content. We need more Terry McGinnis content. We can't just
What
be
was
living
that?
off that old. What? It was
What was
called
that?
Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was Batman Beyond. Terry McGinnis. Let me check it
I
up real quick.
I
That
love that show.
that
We
was
need more content. We need more Terry
Yeah,
McGinnis
with like the
content.
all black and then the red. Yeah, I remember that.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then
I would pay.
Samuel
I would.
Jacobs.
I is this slander if I say not really slander? It's kind of blasphemous if I say I've never played any of the Gotham,
Mm-hmm.
the
Wait,
Batman,
the Arkham games.
Arkham Knights, the Arkham games. I've never played the Arkham game. Yeah, yeah, that's my terrible secret.
That's sus
That's my
Effie.
terrible
That's
secret.
sus.
So yeah, if they
All right.
were to make a Terry McGinnis, what's the thing, game, then
But
I would
yeah,
consider.
game.
Actually, what I'm looking forward to is the Suicide Squad game. Now that one I'm looking forward to.
Ooh, yeah, that's unless they do a Marvel Avengers on it, which I'm hoping they
No
don't.
comments. You were reading the comments.
Uh, Samanjuki says, I have a theory about Gotham Knights, even though I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I honestly believe that the game was meant to be a live service game like Avengers. Then they switched it completely, which is actually something another reviewer said. They said that it has the makings of a live service game. Like in the middle
Mhm.
of making this, when they observed and saw what happened to Marvel's Avengers and what happened to those live service games, they're like, wait, what if we
Maybe
We
don't
not.
can
make
do that.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, maybe we don't, right? And Brian asks, "What's a Nintendo?"
Hey,
I'm just gonna leave that there
hey,
and
yo,
slowly
bra,
walk away
yo, bra.
because
Yeah,
I'm not part of that fight. So
Nani?
bye.
No, my violence mood ended
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah, but yeah,
Najua
but
hapa
yeah.
nitakufuata Brayo.
So
Whoa.
guys, we're
Mm-hmm.
actually,
Hmm.
of all the gaming things we need to get hype. We've talked about God of War. There's another game I'm thinking of, Bayonetta 3. I was thinking of God
Ah,
of War,
the VA
but
crashed
OG.
and burned. Yeah.
Yes.
Who? What?
First of
Uh,
all,
Did I hear Bayonetta?
Bayonetta.
yeah.
Yes, you had Bayonetta.
Oh, okay, okay, sawa. Roho imetulia.
Yes. Okay, so
Bayonet or whatever
guys,
like that.
Bayonet, whatever. First of all, there's a lot of controversy surrounding voice acting in Bayonetta, which we will not touch
It's a
because
whole touch subject.
it's a whole. It requires its own life. It requires
True.
its own two
True.
lives on
True.
its own.
Hey!
The
That
amount
in
of
fact
stuff
Uh-huh.
that
from
has gone down. Yeah.
the amount of things that have gone down involving voice actors and everything else. But it shows some things in the industry. But my point is with Bayonetta 3 is it's more Bayonetta. There's no other way to put it. It's
Fair. Fair.
more Bayonetta, and it's exactly what the fans want. If you've ever played 1 and 2 and you are like, yes, more, 3 is just like, here you go. Yes, yo. If you had, yo. That one.
Hey man,
But
I'm a fan and I
Bayonet.
must be
Ah.
serviced.
yeah,
Yeah.
but what's interesting with this Bayonetta is that they put some maturity settings that allow people to turn on and off the fan service, for lack of a better term.
who never
The
went
plot.
off.
There are people
The
out there.
plot.
Actually, speaking of which, yes. So, speaking of which, like in, if I'm not wrong, Chris, in League of Legends, the Chinese servers, where it's Chinese, I don't know where exactly. They can't have skulls or meat and everything else. The skulls
Yeah,
is
in China. You can do
in
that.
China.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
reminds me of how the Chinese usually censor blood and gore in
Which makes
anime.
it makes it look worse.
It makes it look
but
Yeah, we
but
won't
yeah,
go
so
into detail as to why, but if you know, you
yeah,
know.
moving on from that, what I want to say is that now I think what inspired Banner to do that is because they need to reach out to the wider market, because I don't think it's, there's certain countries around Asia. I know this Taiwan has it. I know, for example, I'm not sure about no, not the Netherlands. This is a country I'm forgetting. Not Finland. There's a country also in the in Europe which does the same thing, where they give options for maturity and everything else because of the ratings they have in that country. So I think Bayonetta did that so that to encompass a larger market. So they're like, if you don't like seeing stuff, you can switch it off. Blah blah. It honestly depends on to you and your own gameplay style. But I want to jump into something interesting real quick here, right? Not real quick, but just like here. I am hoping our very own effervescence, Akona Maoni. We are talking
yes.
about how to train a dragon,
How to train
right?
your
How to what?
It's
Oh
how to
yes,
dragon.
I got that reference. I got the reference. Yes,
you
But
had
we
to
are
doing
be
the
talking
there.
thing.
about
Yeah.
House of the Dragon, a
Mm-hmm.
spoiler free thoughts on it. I'm just gonna let Effervescent speak here because she is our resident, together with Remy, who has disappeared into the void.
Akulipia
Consumed,
Wi-Fi.
he's been consumed by the void. But yeah, so Effervescent, Effie, aka Daktari, House of the Dragons, unaonaje?
Mimi, one, they didn't need to recycle the theme song. Number two, those wigs are atrocious, but we let it slide because, we are fans. We are not here to judge people's wardrobe. Number three, they need to work on the lighting. And number four, oh my God, the incest is so much. I get it, it's medieval, but the incest is too much. Anyway, I've not read the books, but but it's it's a slow start. It starts off, it's a slow burn, just like I think season one of Game of Thrones. It was a slow burn before it really picked up, and the plots the proper plot, not the other plots that we like talking about. If you liked the or the first few, like 1 to 3 seasons of Game of Thrones, that whole essence, the whole the plotting and the scheming and the just that slow burn, you really enjoy House of the Dragon. Yeah, I think that's all I can say without being too spoilery. If I've not really read the books, but I am friends with people who are really huge nerds and whatever's about the whole Gurm verse, the Gurm verse. And yeah, it really does not follow the books to a T. So even if you've not read the books, don't feel left out in the whole chatter. I'm in the same boat. But yes, I think that is what I can say so far without being too spoilery. But yes, I think it really it's really what me House of the Dragon. Yes, I got that right. Is basically just the vibe of season 1, 2, 3 of Game of Thrones, which was amazing in my opinion.
I have a question. I have a question for Effie. Right now, this is a
Yes.
technical question. Right.
Uh-huh.
So, can you watch House of the Dragon before you watch Game of Thrones? For people out there who've never watched Game of Thrones.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like it's set like what 175 or 172 years or whatever before Daenerys was born and whatever. There are very few tiny references, I would say. But for the most part,
Probably be fine.
you can watch it. Yeah, you'll be fine. It'll be
So
100% fine.
yeah, because I remember someone asking me this question, right? They were like, okay, so you know the way you can watch The Hobbit, then of the Rings, which is a right, quote unquote, right way to watch
Order.
it, because it's the
Yes.
right order to watch it, because it's technically you're starting with the prequel, then the main story. So
Mm-hmm.
it's something which is very interesting, because there are people out there who have never watched Game of Thrones, and they're like, this House of the Dragon, yes. So do I need to watch like all the 8 season, seven seasons?
Not even.
We don't recognize.
Yeah,
In fact,
this.
five. Five.
Five. But yeah. So guys, you heard it here. You don't really need to watch Game of Thrones
Yeah,
to
they're
watch House of the
they're
Dragon. In
independent. Yeah.
fact, if you wanna, have something interesting or a whole watch party, you can do with House of the Dragon, then Game of Thrones, which makes it more. You can actually see the story progress, quote unquote, one way or another.
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me,
But
yeah, I'm
guys,
just happy D and D are no longer there. Dumb and Dumber.
Can't say what I
Yes, I
wanted to
said it.
say.
Kauli,
Yeah.
kauli, yeah.
we cannot say what we wanted to
Thank you,
say,
Effie, for endorsing violence.
because yes. There was another show that
Mm-hmm.
was another show that I wanted to talk about, right? An interesting show that I wanted to talk about before we end and leave you guys. By the way, guys, to go serious, come Friday, you might see my face. I might be saying something. I may not be saying something. In fact, I'll just be chilling. Could you to buy me food? I'm a nice person. I
For the
hope.
vibes. For the vibes.
For the vibes. Yeah, there's another show. Actually, real quick, let me look it up, because this show I want to talk about. It's about a dude and an insect. Man versus bee. Man versus bee,
Oh,
right?
well, I was
Who
going to
has
say a
watched?
Bug's Life. Or,
Yeah, Bug's Life.
or,
That's
Yes,
not where I thought
by
you'd
Ron
go with that, to
Atkinson.
be honest.
Yes.
uh-huh.
Who has watched Man versus Bee? Anyone here?
No, I
Effie,
have
I've watched
not.
clips.
I
I've
have
watched
not.
you've
clips, but
watched
I haven't watched
clips.
it. Yeah.
Right. Now, the reason I'm bringing Man versus Bee in this scene, or this topic, is because someone brought to me an interesting idea. They said that they don't necessarily find Mr. Bean funny.
Hmm?
Wait. Now I remember. I've seen clips. I've seen clips of it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. They don't. It's not that he's not funny
Is
objectively.
that
It's that
that
they
brand of
don't.
humor?
Yeah, they're not ascribed that brand of humor.
British humor is the
Now,
best humor. I don't know what they're on about.
now. Me,
Mm-hmm.
as a long-time fan of the Mr. Bean, in fact, I call him the Mr. Bean,
The Mr.
um,
Bean.
the Mr. Bean, I have a feeling that, like, the way Marvel does their humor. It's not slapstick.
Quips.
It's
Yeah,
quips.
just
Exactly, it's
it's
quips,
quips.
right? So when this person talks about how, because Mr. Bean is a huge fan, basically Ron Atkinson does a combination of quip and slapstick humor, right?
Mm,
Now Marvel does quip. There's no slapstick. It's just quips. It's just, oh, this person
Yeah.
said this person said this, everything else, everything else, everything
It's
else.
banter.
ha
It's
ha ha
banter.
ha.
So I think, as we are, first of all, let me highlight this. Bloody actor, you're joining the live when it's ending. So,
Kenyan
Who is
time.
this?
as
Kenyan time.
Bloody actor, he's one of our
Streamer.
Kenyan streamers. He's also one of our ambassadors. He joined at 9:27 when we're ending. Wonderful
Imagine.
timing, premium timing.
Mm,
So, also
Alipe
welcome to
fine.
yeah. But yeah,
Actually,
so when that is such an inside joke. But yeah, once you get to, like, learn the types of humor people are used to, I think Rowan cracked it. Really, the first things, first times he appeared at Mr. Bean and all his skits and everything else, he learned a combination of slapstick and quip humor. So he has those serious characters he takes on. Those, if you watch, like, there's one where he plays like an old French person, Johnny English, for example. Johnny English is a perfect example of yeah, of a perfect example of slapstick and quip humor and everything else. Now, look at Marvel. There's no Even though it's quip, it falls dead. It falls dead and everything.
This is true.
Other than that,
I have
what do you
opinions
guys
on that, but it's okay.
tell me opinions? Tell me. We are literally just 4 minutes left. Tell me opinions.
Let me tell
I
you.
think
Is it bad that the brand of Mr. Bean that I relate to is the cartoon where he has his tiny little and his tiny little Mini Cooper?
I know that cartoon.
Yes.
He has that cabin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know
It's
the
not
TV
bad.
show only had 10 episodes?
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah. Mr. Bean, the TV show, only has 10 episodes. Yeah, legit.
No, Chris,
only,
wait.
yeah,
I'm
only 10 episodes. Yeah.
I'm literally having a Mandela effect right now. I remember it more.
Same.
10 episodes. 10 episodes.
No,
Yeah.
no, you're lying.
Is it the cartoon that
Bean-
had more episodes?
The cartoon has more episodes, yeah, but the TV one, it has 10 episodes.
What? Okay. What?
Yeah.
What?
So, okay. So yes, Chris, you were saying.
Yeah, Chris.
Oh yeah, my controversial opinions. You know what? If you're gonna cancel me, it's fine. You DC stands in the chat. I'm talking specifically to you. Marvel is not as bad as you think it is.
Hey.
Hi, so
Yeah.
thank you guys for coming.
Love Meisha, bye. Thanks for coming by.
You're just being drama
was
queens.
nice. Buy your tickets.
Just because you switch
Buy
off
your
the lights in your
tickets.
movies doesn't mean other people can't enjoy things.
Buy your tickets,
Oh wow! But yes, let me tell you, in this movie Jabba Live, we have everything from controversial statements to scandalous statements. # sponsored by Effie.
Hey. You're
But
learning.
yeah, guys.
You're learning.
Yeah, e-learning. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us to Movie Jabba Live. I have been your wonderful host, Kanyeria, aka Kanyeria Summer, joined by the on and off Chris. Chris is the one who goes on and off because he's here and then he's
Where
not
are
here.
you pointing, bro?
Chris is here.
I don't know, yeah.
Chris is
And then
here.
Man is pointing to Narnia. I swear.
yeah, and then of course our wonderful Daktariwa Nyumba, Effie, aka Effervescence, our resident cosplayer. Please check out her cosplays. She does really awesome cosplays. You can get ideas from her and stuff. But sasa ubaya yake ni life is lifing. So
Life is laughing kabisa.
but yeah, guys, thank you so much for
Mtapata
joining.
mkipata.
And we will leave you with this. Come for Friday. Show up for Friday, not come for Friday. Show up on Friday,
Kesho.
which is tomorrow. Kesho at the Junction. From 6, we'll be having a DC game night hosted by the Junction. Thank you, Junction, for this opportunity. At the same time, we'll be doing some game nights and everything else. And also for the main event, same place at Junction, but at the Silo rooftop, where we're having the MGX 2022. Come on, guys. You know you love this shit. MGX 2022. And get your tickets. Coupon codes.
Imagine itakuwa pia.
Codes. Yeah.
Hey, Africa.
Imagine itakuwa for the first time in like 3 years. Oh my god.
Yeah, but yeah. Thank you so much. And also for all the guys who've joined us in the comment section, Ramontic, Bloody, Jojo, Jotham, Brian, Samuel. Chris, if you noticed, you noticed.
I did.
And everyone else, thank you so much for joining us. And I wish I could say how much you guys mean to us. Can't. Everything else. Peace out, guys. We will catch you on the next.
We'll be mushy in this stream. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Gotham has called, and I have answered.
Go be a hero.